Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I warned y'all this morning. I definitely did. I told y'all not to take that lunch break because of that rug pull, which definitely did happen. Today we had a massive sell-off. We're going to talk about it in today's video. We're also going to talk about the stock that is about to go crazy next week and why you should keep it on your watch list. I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions like we always do here on this channel. Again, before we start, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on these uploads. So let's begin right off the bat. We got the spy over here, and again, I gave y'all a warning. I told y'all not to take your eyes off the market and to watch it for a rug pull midday, right? So at first the SPY was playing games. It spiked, it almost touched 4,500. I told you that it would try to get there. And then eventually roll over throughout the entire day, right? And it was actually kind of predictable. Even if you didn't know it was gonna drop. Like even if you had no clue what was going on. If you look on a 5, after it did this little fake pump right here, it actually formed a bearish triangle, a bearish pennant actually, on the chart, right over here. And it broke down right there for a day trading slash swing trading opportunity because I am still bearish. I am still bearish. And I do think that we are going to go lower. All right. Now, how low? How low can we go? Let me go on the 4-hour. All right, and let me just erase that one because it's in the way. I think that the SPY can go to 4,300 at first before producing another kind of like, will it be a dead cat bounce or not? We will see, but I definitely think that we can get low as like 4,300 before we see some type of bounce. All right, but everything is pretty much moving the way it's supposed to move. So now the stock that is about to go crazy next week, that stock is NEO. All right. And regarding Neo, I shared this one a lot. I gave y'all warnings after warnings regarding the stock, all right? And the reason why I was doing that because I was anticipating this thing to actually start to collapse, and it started to collapse today, right? It broke down right over here at $27.90, and it just kept staying down. This is very bearish. There is nothing bullish about this thing. Nothing at all. And I definitely think that on Monday is going to continue to collapse and get all the way to these levels right here. Let's go on the daily. All right. And for those of y'all who have been struggling trying to read charts, again, there is like this tiny thing right there at $22 that I'm expecting the price to actually reach, and I think it's going to get there like on Monday or Tuesday. All right, and also this entire thing was kind of sort of predictable. If you go on the weekly right here and you zoom in, you can clearly see that whatever I drew over here is the same thing but in a much bigger scale right here, right there, right over here on a much bigger scale, as you can see, right? So this right here is predictable. It's supposed to happen. It's the way it's meant to be, and next week should look like. Let me just zoom in. Next week should look like whether we open at the same price or we open up lower at like 2630 ish. Next week should look like this. At least a portion of it. All right, now will dip buyer step in and push it up to make this thing look like a hammer? Maybe. All right, but at some point in time there will be a candle like this. So definitely watch Neo next week for that drop. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. The first one that we're going to address. That one is FCX. All right, now this one is a steel company, if I'm not mistaken, and so far, it topped out. Like, the first thing that I see on the chart is that island gap reversal, which is pretty obvious. It's right here. There's the island right there. All right, it's gonna drop. It's gonna continue to drop. I think it's gonna go all the way down to $37 at first, and then earnings is going to decide its fate. So it dropped to 37 or $38, right? And then we trickle over here in this region, and then earnings is, if you ask my opinion, which direction we should go, which direction this thing is going to go. Obviously, like, I will lean towards the puts, and not just the red, like, monthlies. I'm talking about the yellows, like. So yeah, watch this one for a drop at first, followed by a collapse through earnings. I think it's gonna drop. So yeah, that's my honest thoughts on this one. The next one that we're going to talk about, we're gonna do an update on the stocks that we've talked about in the morning. We're gonna talk about CCJ. I told y'all in the morning to watch CCJ for a drop to the neckline. It opened up at exactly $21 actually, and then it pumped up a little bit, and then immediately collapsed to the neckline. Next week is gonna open lower, and I think it's just gonna keep going lower. Honestly, I don't think that this scheme right here, I don't think this is gonna happen. Like, I highly doubt it. I put it there as a warning, as an educational tool for those who may be beginners, who may be just getting into the market, trying to understand what's going on. But I highly doubt that this type of move is going to happen. I think it's just gonna drop here until, like, it's gonna keep dropping until earnings day. That's what I'm thinking with this one. It's pretty clean. Like, it's very clean to the short side. There is nothing stopping it from dropping. Really nothing. So that's my honest thoughts on CCJ. Congrats to anybody who was able to make some money on it. I told y'all, it was a very simple move. The next one that we're going to address, this one is Marvel. All right, and regarding Marvel decided to play games today, as you can see. I told y'all that I've been bearish on this one, and I'm still bearish on it. I still think that it's going to collapse, and this is the games that I'm talking about. So it kind of like drops it a little bit, like it doesn't even close the gap here, and then it does this little fake thing right here just to go back down to where it all started, and then next week it's gonna continue down. I'm still bearish on it. My thoughts and opinions are not changing regarding the stock. I think it's going to go lower, and the puts are going to keep printing. All right, so my thoughts are not changing. Now the next one that we're going to talk about, that one is obviously the stock that got crushed the most, Netflix. I told y'all to watch this one for a collapse, and it definitely did. And I also did tell you that I was bearish, especially within the first hour. And within the first hour, it just kept dropping and dropping all the way down. It got past 385, and it went even lower to 380. So the stock was very generous, was chilling over here, gave enough time for people to actually, like, for day traders to get their money off the table, for swing traders to close either their YOLO puts or their strangles or their straddles or whatever. So it gave a lot of time for people to just collect their money, to just leave the stock alone. So where is it gonna go next? I have no idea. Probably it's gonna go down. Like, if I had to guess, it's probably gonna trickle down a little bit, because it always happens whenever there's a massive drop like that. Amazon did the same thing when it had its massive drop. It didn't just bounce immediately. Like, it took a long time, like a really long time, for it to make any sort of move whatsoever. So I don't think this one is gonna be I don't think this scenario is gonna be any different. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on Netflix. Congratulations to anybody who made money on all three things that was mentioned this morning. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot, and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are brand new to the channel or you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:20 a.m. Central Time, and the post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, that way you can get all of this information in real time. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook as well, right? And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you and you're not scared by all of this volatility, I left some very basic step-by-step directions on how you can get started in the description of the video below, step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to get set up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.